a saying in the Virgin Islands: those who know it feel it. You will see in the pictures just how challenging it is for a disabled person to navigate the terrain in the Virgin Islands, and believe me, they feel it. I wish for a world that views disability, mental or physical, not as a hindrance, but as a unique attribute. A unique attribute that can be seen as a powerful asset if given the right opportunity.
I want to welcome everyone to the 17th annual VIUCEDD's Voices That Count conference and gathering. This has always been a fundamental part of UVI, and we are proud that the university and VIUCEDD is leading the way on making the entire territory, the entire Virgin Islands, accessible. I recently spoke at a conference that was titled Inclusive Excellence. If our excellence is not inclusive, then it is not excellence. And therefore, this conference is a way of reminding us that we must work to make all of our institutions inclusive and accessible. At the university, we are doing our part in making sure that educational access is available to all Virgin Islanders, to all human beings, so that they can physically access our campus, but also so that any barrier, emotional, otherwise, can be addressed. We sincerely believe that the university and the territory are headed to a bright future. Vision 2040 embraces that. The medical school is part of that. But if we do not bring everyone with us, then we will not achieve that vision. This is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to think more critically about what accessibility means, but what does inclusive excellence mean, not only for the university, but for the Virgin Islands. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the 17th Annual Voices That Count Policy and Disability Forum. I'm Camille McHale, and I am the Provost at the University of the Virgin Islands. And as we speak about a more inclusive U.S. Virgin Islands, we think about what that might mean for the University of the Virgin Islands. For me, inclusive and inclusivity is a matter of social justice. And this is what we are working towards. We are not there yet, but it is our aspirational goal. Therefore, it is our role, the University of the Virgin Islands, as an HBCU, to prepare our students, to prepare each student to be that inclusive university that prepares our student for the 21st century and beyond.
Hello, my name is Dr. Kimberly Mills, and I'm the Executive Director of the Virgin Islands University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities at the University of the Virgin Islands. Welcome to the 17th Annual Voices That Count Disability Policy Forum. The theme for this year's conference, A More Accessible U.S. Virgin Islands, will highlight what's happening in and around the U.S. Virgin Islands to increase accessibility for people with disabilities. During this session, we will hear about some exciting and innovative things that are happening, and we're also going to learn about some things that need work. The goal of gathering all of these unique perspectives in one place is so that we can really see a full picture of how we're doing here in the U.S. Virgin Islands on accessibility, on independence for people with disabilities, and so that we can all learn together and create plans to help move accessibility forward for people with disabilities in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We hope you'll enjoy this presentation, and thank you so much for helping us all work together for a more accessible U.S. Virgin Islands.
I am Dr. Pamela Molina-Worsi. I am the inaugural Dean of Student Success and Innovation at the University of the Virgin Islands. The Center for Innovation and Student Success is a new endeavor at the University of the Virgin Islands, but it really is aimed at coordinating student success through innovation so that students can be involved in their learning and succeed not just in staying at the university and graduating, but also finding their passion and their purpose. You will see as the Center for Innovation becomes a reality here on the university campus, just by the mere design of the building, you will notice that it has been universally designed. We have ramps, it's accessible for the areas that we expect the public and the community to be able to interface with students and the UVI community. So just by the building itself, it is made with everyone in mind. And we will be certain that the community is engaged at every level. Everyone will be welcomed. Learning is universal. Everyone can learn. And we expect at UVI to be a leader in that learning. In higher education in the Virgin Islands, we're it. And so we aim to include and to welcome everyone. All styles of learning, we are intending to make sure that innovation is accessible to everyone so that your practical knowledge that you learn in the classroom can be applied all across the community, all across your classrooms. And the Center for Innovation will be kind of the shining example of that, in not just on the campus of the University of the Virgin Islands, but in the Virgin Islands community and worldwide.
Welcome to the 17th Annual Voices That Count Disability Policy Forum. I am Dr. Karen Brown, Dean of the UVI School of Education. The School of Education has multiple programs at the undergraduate and graduate level, and the courses focus on including all, and I mean all, learners. We have our inclusive early childhood education program, and the emphasis is on making sure that from early on, from babies all the way up to the elementary school level, that we have young children who are included. When I think of a more inclusive U.S. Virgin Islands, I think of all children learning together with their peers. We're looking at neurodiversity, different ways of learning. And that when we're focusing on children of all ability levels, we have accessibility for those children and that they're not singled out. And so it's more the norm of what we're doing when we're working with them than having to be an exceptional part of their day. And so when they come to school, where they live, when they come to college, we are inclusive and we are engaging and we're accessible for them from the cradle all the way up to the college level.
Good day. My name is Dr. Shelley Timmons. I'm a physical therapist and assistant director here at the Virgin Island University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities, located at the University of Virgin Islands. I am on the St. Croix campus here in Kings Hill, and we're excited to tell you about VIUCEDD's plans for bringing a physical therapy clinic to our campus here in St. Croix. We're excited about this for a number of reasons. One is it's going to increase accessibility to our U.S. Virgin Island residents here on the western end of the island, as there are currently no physical therapy clinics on the west side of the island. And we are looking forward to the clinic because we'll be focusing on gait, mobility, balance, and falls. Balance is important for so many functions in our lives, whether it's sitting balance or standing balance or walking or for recreational activities. Falls among adults aged 65 and older are common, they're costly, but more importantly, they're preventable. Our goal is to help you obtain your safest, healthiest, and most independent self. These services will be coming to you in 2022. We look forward to serving you, so please stay connected.
Good day, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sharon Williams, and I'm the Assistant Director here at the University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities. My primary responsibilities are the management of the Assistive Technology Program. The Territory's AT program, also known as the Virgin Islands Technology-Related Assistance for Individuals, promotes the availability of assistive technology, devices, and services for people with disabilities. Device demonstration. Device demonstration provides an individual or family member or stakeholder with the opportunity to participate in hands-on instruction of multiple devices, giving them the opportunity to make an informed decision of what device will best meet their goals or their AT needs. Our lending program actually provides you the opportunity to borrow a device for a 30-day period. Our next service that falls under the AT is the state financing, which we partner with Banco Popular to facilitate a low interest loan. These loans that are provided in sums of monies up to $15,000 can be used for things to enhance your independence or create greater accessibility. This can be used for building ramps, for purchasing hearing aids, for buying computers and software, anything that would meet your need. And once you qualify, those funds can be used towards the purchase of that device or service. What we do, we offer a small but very efficient reuse program where we include canes, folding walkers, and wheelchairs. And once you need an item, this item, you can receive it for as long as you need it at no cost to the client, the user, the consumer, or their family member. The I Can Connect program provides equipment, training to persons with combined but significant hearing or vision loss. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Hi, my name is Nina Garcia, and this is the 17th annual of Voices That Count. I was born and raised in St. Croix, Virgin Islands, with a diagnosis of cerebral palsy. This condition affects my motor skills and my mobility. So when I turned 3.5 years old, I attended Manor School, and this is where I quickly met my challenges of accessibility issues. Living in the Virgin Islands with my disability has taught me that it's not easy to live with a disability. There's a lot of challenges, and when you get to the States to go to school or something, or live there, there's still challenges, but they're less. They're not big. But I still prefer living in the Virgin Islands because it made me who I am. I know how to struggle. I know how to advocate for what I need. So I will be showing you a PowerPoint of how the Virgin Islands is not accessible for people that are in wheelchairs, walkers, any physical disabilities. So please enjoy. Disability is a matter of perception. Now here's a quote. I wish for a world that views disability, mental or physical, not as a hindrance, but as a unique attribute. A unique attributes that can be seen as a powerful asset if given the right opportunities. That is by Oliver Sacks. The next quote is, accessibility allows us to tap into everyone's potential. Now this was from Deborah Rue. We have a saying in the Virgin Islands, those who know it, feel it. You will see in the pictures just how challenging it is for a disabled person to navigate the terrain in the Virgin Islands, and believe me, they feel it. Sunny's trip to McDonald's in Golden Rock. Okay, Sunny used the crosswalk to go to McDonald's, only to find out that there was no curb cut out for the wheelchair access. Is another picture of Sunny, and it says, because there was no curb cut, making wheelchair access impossible, Sunny was forced to use the street. This presents a serious safety issue. Notice how far the cars have to swerve in order not to hit Sunny. Here is a picture of me with my walker in Christiansted on one side, and Sunny Barnes in his wheelchair in Frederiksted. And underneath the word says, poorly placed lamppost and power poles block sidewalk access both in Christiansted and Frederiksted. Large potholes, deteriorating sidewalks create a risk factor. Fall risk is greater when sidewalks are uneven. Here are 3 pictures of how there are no cutouts or lack of cutouts. It says well-intended curb ramps and sidewalk cutouts have deteriorated and are no longer functional. Sidewalks without curb cutouts cause undue hardship and frustration for people using a device for mobility. This one is me trying to walk over the grates on the sidewalk and not try to get my walker stuck in it. So here it is. Grates in the sidewalk interfere with the ability to maneuver a walker or a wheelchair. Notice how one leg of my walker went into the grate. The company street is an ultimate challenge. The high concrete steps is often difficult for people with full mobility. Imagine using a walker or wheelchair. Impossible. I felt very unsteady on my feet. Because of the high concrete steps, I was forced to take my walker out into the street. It was very difficult. Company Street is narrow. Cars were parked on one side of the street, while cars were trying to pass me. The experience was very overwhelming. All it would take is one distracted motorist to knock me down. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, from 2007 to 2013, there was an average of 28 people died every year in wheelchairs when struck during motor vehicle crashes. According to the ADA standards for accessible design, any threshold more than a half an inch must be accommodated. The next bullet said, many businesses on the island have large thresholds. Because the door threshold was so high, Sunny was unable to enter the bar restaurant in Frederiksted. This is a good example of a high threshold. An easy threshold accommodation is to install a threshold ramp as seen here in the picture. A person that does not have a disability has no problem gripping, twisting, or pushing the door open. But that is not always the case with a person with a disability. Sunny had to depend on my mother to open the door at McDonald's. If he goes alone, he has to wait for someone to enter or exit to help him with the door. At the Library for the Blind and Physically Challenged, handicapped, where Sunny and I work, we can enter and exit the building with no help. It is nice to be independent. Human Services Central Offices making their access more accessible. The old Vitrelco Mall building in Golden Rock, Christiansted, houses some of the human service offices. They are now replacing a set of these stairs with a ramp in the making. Kudos for Human Services. And officially they finished it too, and it looks good. You will see in the PowerPoint there's 3 pictures. So, and it says, when planning for this presentation, I knew there was a ramp in front of the government house, but not exactly that easy to access. You have to walk through all these obstacles before you reach the ramp. Across from the government house, there are 2 disabled parking spaces and a crosswalk. Unfortunately, when you cross the street, there are 3 steps you have to climb to get into the government house. Of course, this is not possible if you are using a mobility device. Once again, a person that is using a wheelchair or walker has to ride on the side of the street to access the ramp. Much to my surprise, there is a better ramp at the side of the government house. I was told that this ramp is used for emergencies only. In closing, it is my hope today that the disabled community feels more empowered about accessibility issues. Of course, there is always going to be issues, and in some cases, there is no easy solutions. I urge you to advocate for yourself. Asking for an accommodation is not a complaint. It is your civil right. If you have any concerns, please contact the Territorial ADA Coordinator, Julian Hensley, at 340-473-3523, or email him at julian.hensley@go.vi.gov. For the non-disabled community, I would like to see a change of mindset. It is my hope today, after listening to the presentations, that you will have a better understanding of what a physically challenged person has to go through on a daily basis. A lot of people that are not disabled do not realize how staring, misinformation, fear, stereotyping, and even good intentions create a climate of discrimination that affects the way that people with disabilities are treated, individually or as a group. A disabled person does not want pity. As any other person, they desire to be independent and to be treated with respect. So please keep this in mind in going forward. Thank you.